All right, guys. Kind of a tale of two halves, I felt like, in this one in particular. Let's start with Coach. Coach, I know the last time we played these guys, you've been talking about all week. The big thing that hurt us was limiting that transition play, the up-tempo play. So talk about the game plan coming into this one, how we were going to limit them doing.
Yeah, I thought that I kind of threw this out there yesterday to the guys before practice, let them think about it, because we've been in a pretty good rhythm, of rebounding and running, and I showed them, if we got 10 possessions a half where we, because of their pack line defense, they stay in there. If we can get 10 possessions a half where we start under 15 seconds, we can shave almost 4 minutes of game clock. And that's 4 minutes they don't get to run up and down the floor, and we can kind of control the tempo. So, but I didn't want to mess with our rhythm. We've been playing in a good rhythm. So, they said after practice, said, Coach, let's try that and see. And I thought that helped us. They started to bounce a little bit out and got I think at least one turnover, and we gave up an easy turnover. But overall, I thought first half we controlled the tempo and finished pretty much where we hoped to be within a possession or up a possession. And, a couple of defensive lapses here and a couple of, poorly timed bad offensive possessions, and maybe we're up 2 or 3. So overall, I was really pleased with how we controlled the tempo. And then, second half you saw when they can get out and run, they're pretty tough. And we turned it over too much. And they just, even when we scored at times, they were jumping out of bounds, throwing the ball at the floor, and we just didn't react fast enough.
Their shooting, in the second half was just insane. And you got to credit them for that. The 78% from the floor, 18 of 23, and they were 15 of 19 in the second half from the free throw line. So just defensively, how were we trying to stop that?
Yeah, I think we, a lot of those shots were point blank, off of quick transition. I thought for the most part tonight, we did a much better job at keeping Spencer Reeves a little bit under control. I don't think you can ever stop him. He had 12 tonight. But the guy that hurt us really big time was Phillip Brown. He stepped up big tonight and kind of had a little 5-0 run on his own there in the first half and hit some threes on us. And so really it was just a matter of we weren't getting back in transition and making them earn, the hard way. We were struggling to, and when we were switching defensively, which we did a good job in the first half, a lot of times, their guards were just driving down on our bigs, and our bigs were, not staying in front. And so just a combination of all of those things, and, we were unable to keep them from getting the shots they wanted. And when they got the shots they wanted, they knocked them down.
Dustin, let's talk about kind of coming into this game. It was a tough game at their place. I don't even think were you out of that?
Yes. No, I wasn't out. I played.
Oh, okay. Just talk about coming into this game, the mentality of the team, as Coach mentioned, switching things up a little bit to try to slow them down from their up-tempo style of play. But coming into this one, what was you guys' mindset after? You finished the game up there very well in the second half. We closed the gap, but unfortunately the gap was just too big. So coming into this game, what was kind of the mentality from the player standpoint starting out?
We wanted to stop the ball in transition, but we kind of struggled with that a little bit. But I am happy about our improvement because I think we did a lot better this time than last time. And I felt like we played together on the offensive end.
What do you think was the biggest difference between the team in the first half and the team in the second half?
I think we hit shots, and I think in the second half we failed to get back, and we failed to make some of the hustle plays that we made in the first half. And I know I just felt like we could have shot better. We did get some good looks, and that's pretty much it.
Marshall, let's switch to you. You had a tall task tonight with McElroy, who is a very quick guard. So defensively, what was your mindset going up against him?
Yeah, he's really good. He's probably one of the best guards that I've played against. He just really knows how to push the ball in transition at the right times, and I was just trying to stay in front of him. He burned me a couple times in transition, and that's what led to easy baskets in that second half.
What do you think was, in particular in the first half, when we slowed the ball down, what do you think was key offensively for us, which allowed us to be only one down? As Coach mentioned, we're one or two bounces away from taking the lead.
Yeah, I think we just controlled the tempo in the first half, and we didn't do that in the second half. In the first half, we were controlling. We probably had a lot more time of possession than they did. We were working the clock down pretty good in the shot clock, and we were getting good shots out of that in the last 15 seconds, and that helped a lot.
Was that a little hard for you guys? I know that the transition of we're not used to necessarily playing a slower style of game. Did that take a little bit of getting used to? Or?
Yeah, it is different. I know. I think Ray said it. It was kind of weird because we feel kind of out of attack mode, but I felt personally like we played very well out of it, and it was a good game plan.
Going from this one, obviously we'd won 3 before this one, but finished out the homestand pretty strong. What do we got to take from this game going into Pensacola on Saturday?
We just got to learn from what we did wrong this game, and just I want to focus on our improvements from last time we played them, and I think we can go down to Pensacola and fight pretty good.
Dustin, what do you think is going to be key in from the last time we played Pensacola to this time? What's going to be key to coming away with victory?
We need to pressure the ball. We need to pressure the ball more, play good defense, and we need to knock our shots down.
Coach, just some closing thoughts from you about this game and then looking ahead to Pensacola.
Yeah, I thought for a lot of the game, we were doing exactly what we wanted to. I think it was under 14 when they finally, in the second half, and I think they've got a double-digit lead. We need to trust and do the things that we're capable of doing. And we had some times where we were right where we should have been, and we didn't trust that, hey, this is my opportunity to make that shot and try to do something and turn it over. And we really struggled in that first few minutes of the second half, and that kind of set the tone for us. But overall, like these guys said, I think focusing on the improvement. I know it's a 20-point game, but it didn't feel like that. And those guys are good over there. They got a nice team. They got great guards, and their bigs are very strong. They can score it, from different spots on the floor. So we knew tonight we were going to have to play a great game, and for a long time of the game, we had it right where we wanted to. So pleased with the effort. We talked about let's take the positives forward, and let's learn from the things we did wrong and get better. Saturday going to Pensacola. That's a game where kind of like this game, we actually had a 1-point lead at halftime, and then second half there was a stretch there where, we stopped pressuring the ball. Kind of like Dustin said, we got to keep pressure on the ball. That's a great environment to play in, and we just got to go down there and show poise and focus, and together as a team do the things that we're capable of, and play great defense and make them earn their buckets and not give up easy ones, and then take advantage of the opportunities that we get, a couple of mismatch opportunities on the offensive end where they get us on the defensive end, and just take advantage of that. And, we haven't been on the road in a long time. So it's kind of nice to pack it up and go out there and say, okay, here we go. And some of the distractions that we have here aren't going to be a part of it. We can just go and spend the time together, have a great shoot around on Saturday, and then go hit the gym and know they're coming out looking to make it 2 in a row against us this year, and believe that we can do what we did last year and go into their place and win.